Hello folks, welcome to another video by Chef Dino, my channel dinovalbone. I have a very special recipe today. This is kind of a hybrid recipe of mine. I have combined kind of Eastern and Western two recipes together to create my own. This is a hybrid of Eastern recipe called Kabob Barg. That means kebab, grilled meat that is like a leaf. And the reason why it's called that is because the meat is cut into very thin slices like leaves on a tree. The western part of it is Tri Tip. We live in Santa Maria on the central coast of California, where Tri Tip is one of the staple barbecues that we make out here. This cut of meat is kind of medium priced. It's not an expensive meat, but it's not cheap either. It's somewhere in the middle. A 2.5 pound piece like this was about $16 with today's meat prices, which is not that bad. Now, there's different ways of cooking this. If you've been following me on my channel, I have two other videos. One is where I cook this in a turkey bag. Plastic bag that you make turkeys in. It comes out really good, delicious. You might want to check that video out if you haven't. Also, there's another one video that I do, and I make this in the wood burning pizza oven. Now, the traditional way of cooking the Tri Tip in Santa Maria is Santa Maria style barbecue with special Santa Maria style seasoning, and you cook it on oak fire. Today we're going to do something different. So what I have here is a piece of Tri Tip. I've already gone ahead and removed all the fat. Tri Tip usually comes with heavy layer of fat, which is, you want that there when you are cooking it Santa Maria style, because it keeps the meat more flavorful and juicy, keeps it from drying up, being cooked on open fire. But what I've done is I've removed as much of the fascia, that's the thin skin, from it on both sides. I've removed as much of the fat as I can. Now we want to leave some fat because that gives it flavor. All right, so besides the Tri Tip, there's two other ingredients right now. I'm going to introduce you to. By the way, this Tri Tip, the way I'm making it now, is going to be more tender than filet mignon, the tenderest of all cut of meat, and it's going to almost taste just like it. The Eastern version of this Kabob Barg, is usually made with filet mignon, but that cut of meat is so expensive nowadays that it's most people can't afford to spend money like that on just beef. So I'm gonna show you how you can get the same tenderness, almost the same flavor, without spending as much money. What you're gonna need for that is this little tenderizer. This is a meat tenderizer. You can find this online in stores. This is the McCormick brand. The brand really doesn't matter. What's important is the ingredients. What you want to get is the tenderizer that has the a pineapple extract called bromelain. Okay, bromelain is an all-natural substance that comes in pineapples, and it's an excellent meat tenderizer. It's not chemicals. You don't have to worry about ingesting chemicals. Now, along with bromelain on any one of these meat tenderizers you buy, there is salt. Okay, so a lot of reviews you read on these, people are going to say, oh, it was too salty. Well, the simple solution to that is don't use salt, any additional salt in your cooking or in your tenderizing, because already the salt is in here. I've done this before. It comes out just perfect. It's not too salty, as long as you remember not to put additional salt in there, okay? So what you want to get meat tenderizer that has bromelain and salt, and don't add salt to your cooking. Another ingredient right now for marinating this is onions. So this is just your typical yellow onion, but I cut it into little thin wedges like these. Julienne, I guess it would be called. So the reason why I cut it in shape like this is because it increases the surface area of the contact of the onion with the meat. Okay, and you're gonna see what we're gonna do with this. So to tenderize it properly, you have to do this at least 5 days beforehand. Okay, so today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I slice this, how I'm gonna tenderize it and marinate it with the onions, and we're gonna wrap it in plastic wrap, and we're gonna put it in the refrigerator and forget about it for at least 5 days. So today is Monday. I'm preparing this for Saturday, Sunday of upcoming weekend. Okay, so here we have our meat. As you can see, the Tri Tip has the thinner end and then the fatter end. Here, the grain of the meat is running this way, as you can see. Over here, it's running that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut against the grain. Now, I've already sliced a couple of pieces here. So you can see how thin I am cutting this. It's about 1/4 of an inch, okay? So this we're here, about 1/4 of an inch. Now, in order to get that perfect consistency, I don't cut straight up and down because then my pieces are gonna be thinner than that. I kind of go at about a 45-degree angle. So here's the edge of the meat. We get about 1/4 of an inch, and we're gonna just slice this nice and thin. So now we're going against the grain. That in itself will render this meat a little tender. So we're gonna do that again. And we're gonna just continue doing this. This is the fascia. We're gonna get rid of that connective tissue. So we're gonna just continue doing this just like I'm showing you, all right? Again, the goal is to get consistent, even pieces, and hence the name Barg, leaf, which is in Persian, leaf kebab, okay? Just like that. Now we're gonna grill this on propane, or you can do it on charcoal. I'll show you when we go to assemble this, show you more information on that. But since we're gonna be marinating this for at least 5 days, right now we're just focusing on marination part. So I'm gonna continue doing this. Once I get to about here, I may start cutting my pieces down this way so I can be going against the grain. Again, just so I can get a little bit more tender pieces. Try to get your pieces as consistent thickness so when we go to grill it, it cooks evenly, all right? So I'm gonna finish doing this, and then I'll be back and show you what the next step is. Okay, so I got all my the Tri Tip cut up into thin pieces. Again, just like that. Now we're gonna take our tenderizer and we're gonna spread it or season it, or what would you call it?
Sprinkle.
Sprinkle. Your tenderizer on your meat. Beef here, we're gonna rub it in. And then I take my knife and I just put little scores in it, just like that. That allows the tenderizer to infuse. Also, it will allow the onion to infuse. And of course, it further tenderizes the meat here. Okay, I'm gonna flip these over. You have to try this, you won't be sorry. It just takes a little bit of pre-planning to do this. I always make it the weekend before for the upcoming weekend. Again, don't want to put too much. A little bit goes a long way. Bromelain is really, really good meat tenderizer. Do the same thing, rub it around. Okay. And then again, we're gonna take our knife and just score it like that. That's it. No other spices at this moment. Next, what I do is I'm gonna assemble this to be marinated. Here's where the onions come in. So I just take some of my onions here, put it on there, put a slice of the beef, put more onions, another slice. So I'm just gonna build it up like that. Push it down. So what you got is you got onion sandwiched between two sides of the meat that is got tenderizer on it. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go as high as we can without it trampling on us. Toppling. Toppling and trampling. Some pieces are gonna be bigger than others, that's okay. Show you what we do with them when we go to cook them, grill them, just like that, almost there. Fun to do.
Jenga.
Jenga.
The Jenga you pull pieces.
Oh, you pull? Okay, this is like reverse Jenga. All right, so I got that going right there. Look at that, already looks beautiful. Now, we're gonna get ourselves a piece of plastic wrap, just like that. I could have assembled this on the wrap, but put it right there, and I'm gonna bundle this up just like that. Get a nice firm pressure on it. There you go. Like that, and like that. All right. All right, so that's what it looks like. Now this is gonna go in a larger Ziploc bag, and it's gonna sit in my refrigerator drawer for about at least 5 days. All right, we're not gonna mess with it. We're gonna let the bromelain and the onions do their trick. I'm gonna do the rest. Same thing with the rest of this. Put it in the Ziploc bag, put it in the fridge. We'll be back in about 5 days, maybe 6, and I'll show you what the next steps are. Meanwhile, if you want to get ready for the next step, we're going to need some onion juice. Basically, you grate an onion, you extract the juice from it, and we're going to need some saffron water, which saffron you can get from ethnic stores. If you don't have the saffron or the onion, no worries. You can grill this just the way it is, just the saffron and the onion juice gives it a little bit more authentic taste to it, okay? I'll see you in about 5 days, and I'll show you what the next step is. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. It's 5 days later since we started this recipe. So today is the day we're gonna cook and eat and enjoy this delicious, delicious meal. Here is one of the part of the meat that we marinated last Monday. Today is Saturday. It's a beautiful day out. Today we're gonna barbecue these. So we're gonna open this up and check this out. We have these delicious tenderized pieces of Tri Tip that's gonna taste delicious and it's gonna be even more tender than tenderloin, filet mignon. Alrighty, so to continue on, I'll show you what I have here. We have our onion juice. So what I did is I just grated some onion and extracted the juice from it. Here what I have is saffron. So you just boil some water, put your saffron in there and let it brew. I made this last Monday, sat in the refrigerator. You're gonna need a little brush and some skewers. To complete this dish, the way I plate it, I got some Roma tomatoes. I find that Roma tomatoes are best for grilling. So if you ever think about grilling any tomatoes, make sure you get Romas. Not that you can't do with others, but these turn out the best. And also to garnish our plate, we have some peppers here. Now making these for two, so we have small amount of stuff. If you're making it more, of course more. You're gonna need some skewers. Any type of stainless steel skewers will do. All right, so I'm gonna show you how this goes together. So you're gonna take a piece of your thin cut Tri Tip, and this piece is too thin to go through it, so I kind of fold it up on itself. What is that called? Pleating? Pleat?
Or weaving.
Was that skirts with the little
Pleats.
Yeah, just like that. Okay, so what I do is I don't leave it like that. I kind of bunch it together. That way it cooks better. It doesn't burn. Get another piece. Make sure it's all folded. So if you can get it through without the skewer sticking out, you can do that. If not, just fold it up onto itself. This is so delicious, so awesome. Takes a little bit of preparation ahead of time, but it's well worth it. There you go. So we're just gonna continue skewering this. Just like that. Extra pieces of onion I just get rid of. Even if it stays on there, it's okay. There you go. I think I'm gonna put one more piece on this skewer.
How do you know how many to put on there?
Good question. Based on how big your grill is, that's how you determine how many you put on. So I kind of know my grill can handle about this long, about maybe 12 inches. So when you put it on your grill, if your grill is smaller, well, you put smaller pieces. Your grill is longer, you put longer pieces. So you do that, just like that. All right, look at this. So the size of your grill determines how many pieces you put on there. So we're gonna continue skewering more. I'm not gonna do all of it because again, I'm making these for two. I can keep this in the refrigerator for a few more days to come. Actually, as it sits there, it marinates even more. If you have a refrigerator drawer that's made specially for meats that can keep it at just below freezing temperature, which is like 33 degrees, you can keep this there for a long, long time without it going bad. That's what I have, that's where I keep it. So I kind of measure it just like that. It's okay if it's flapping a little bit there, it's not a problem. When I put it on the grill, you'll see how it all works out. Now we're gonna cook this on propane grill today. Traditionally, charcoal grill is the way to go, gives it extra flavor. But like I said, we're gonna do propane. All right, so I'm gonna continue putting this on the skewer. And I'll be back and show you what the next step is. Okay, so here we got our meat on the skewers. I have it two separate ones because my wife doesn't like flavor of saffron, so I make her own. And I'm gonna make these two with the traditional way with saffron and this one without. Now at this stage, this is ready to go. You don't need to add salt. Remember, the tenderizer has salt in it, so adding more salt will just make it saltier. So this one's ready to go. You can either barbecue it like that, or you can take the onion juice and baste it with onion. So this is where the brush and the onion juice comes in. So you just baste this with it. Like that. Now on this one, which is gonna have the saffron, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna put the brush on the onion juice. This smells so good already. My mouth is watering and my stomach is growling. All right, I'm gonna flip this over. That. Alrighty, so this batch is ready to go. I'm just gonna wrap this up, set it aside. We're gonna bring our saffron. If you've never had saffron, you wanna try it. A lot of Middle Eastern dishes have saffron in them. It's used in rice. It's used with chicken, it's used with beef. It gives it a very distinct, delicious, yummy flavor. So, okay, there you go. I got my onion there. Now we're gonna follow that. And it gives it color also. It gives it that beautiful orangish yellow color right here. I'm gonna baste both sides. Like that. Okay, now flip this over. Let it sit in the saffron and onion juice there. Yes, sir. It's a whole different way of making Tri Tip. Have to try it to believe it. There you go. Right. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna set this aside. All right, just like the other one, I'm gonna put this like that. I'm gonna wrap it up and we're gonna let it sit while we get our grill ready. Oh, by the way, the tomatoes. I'm gonna show you how I do that. Tomatoes and the peppers, of course. These go on the side with rice. These are aromas again. I washed them and I skewer them on the stem end, come out. Okay, you can put as many as you like, depending on how many. I find that one tomato per person is plenty. All I'm gonna do is 2 again, because since it's just the 2 of us. And then our peppers. These are sweet peppers. These are delicious, nice and colorful. I alternate the buttons like that. Let's go right through. Make sure you go through the middle. And here we go. You can use any type of peppers, Anaheim chili peppers, hot peppers. Any of those will go good. Okay, so all of this is gonna go on the grill outside. We got our basmati rice going. This is served on a plate of basmati rice. And these are the side dishes and of course the beef. Alrighty, I'll meet you outside by the grill where we're gonna start grilling all of this and show you what it looks like. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful day on the Central Coast. And we're gonna grill our kebabs. Alrighty, so we're outside at the grill here. We have our temperature about 360 degrees. We got our marinated beef here. I'm gonna bring it out, put it out. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. All right. We got our peppers and our tomatoes. All right, that's beautiful. We're just gonna cover our grill and let it be for about 4 or 5 minutes. All righty. So it's been about 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. We're gonna flip these puppies over. Not the dogs, but look at that. Smelling, tasting delicious. Now this is not gonna take long to cook because it's thin. If you worry about overcooking or undercooking, a trusty thermometer is always handy. Right there, 131, 135. I like to go to 145. So we're almost there. All right, we're gonna cover this back up and let it go another few minutes and we're ready to go. Sir. Okay, so a few minutes have lapsed. We're ready to go. Here we have some lavash. We're gonna throw it on there to just warm it up a bit. Lavash is a traditional Middle Eastern bread. If you don't have lavash, you can use tortillas. Tortillas are just almost same as lavash. They're thin bread. I'm gonna close this down, let it heat up a bit. We'll be right back. All right, so our lavash is warmed up. Got our plate here. Got a saran wrap, or not saran, but okay. Put those down. Actually, I'm gonna put the ones with the down like that. Our tomatoes. This is the one without the saffron. I put it on top so the saffron juice doesn't leak down onto the other one.
Thank you.
Yeah, since my beautiful wife doesn't like the flavor of saffron. All right, here we go. So what we're gonna do is, because the skewers are still hot, this is gonna continue cooking a bit. Got my aluminum here. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna take this inside, and it's the best part of doing this is eating it. I'm gonna show you how I plate it. See you inside in a bit. Alrighty, so we're gonna plate this. We have our basmati rice. This is smoked basmati rice. If you don't know how to make this, you can check it out on my channel. I have actually a video that I show you how I make that. And traditionally, the way this dish is served is we got the basmati rice, butter, a couple of pieces of butter on there, a little bit of sumac. Sumac is a Middle Eastern spice. You can find this online from saraf.com or any other traditional ethnic stores. This is my wife's plate, so
Kind of has a tart.
yeah, it has a tart flavor to it. Okay, here we go. Goes right on top, right there, on the side. We're gonna give her a tomato. We are going to place a couple of pieces of pepper, like that. And this is a This is a side dish. It's a yogurt side dish. What do you call it, honey? I put her on the spot. She can't say it. It's yogurt and cucumber. Mastu khiyar. All right. So that's okay. So it's a yogurt, cucumber, green onions, garlic, pepper, salt, and pepper. It goes very well on the side of this dish. Traditionally, how you enjoy this is you take your butter and you melt it on your rice, and you incorporate your tomato into the rice, and you enjoy it like that. Now, before we sign off, I want to show you something over here. I want to take a piece off of my skewer. Look at the tenderness in this. This is so delicious. Like I said, oh my God. Traditionally, this is made with tenderloin, filet mignon, but with the prices of meat being so high nowadays, let me show you. Try it with Tri Tip. It is absolutely delicious. I am Chef Dino at dinovalbone. Thank you for joining me in this video. Love one another, be kind to your neighbor. More than anything, be kind to animals. They need our love and our protection. I'm still eating my last piece there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Join me in another video pretty soon where I bring you my own special traditional cooking. I know you have a lot of choices out there on YouTube to choose from. Thank you for choosing my channel. Love and peace to all. My dogs are jumping on my lap. They're ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'll see you in my next video.